Welcome to this next module on sketch-based part symmetry. This type of symmetry is two-dimensional and uses sketch geometry only. For this reason, you might not be able to accomplish as much as you would with feature-based part symmetry. However, symmetry does exist in certain types of sketches, so we'll need a way to accomplish that. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this works. With Inventor launched, let's go ahead and click Open from the Get Started tab. In the Open dialog box, we're going to look for Roller Start IPT and click Open. Once the file's open, double-click on Sketch 1 in the browser to edit that sketch. Now that we have the sketch open, let's talk about what our goals are for this exercise. We basically want to create a roller part for a conveyor system. On the left-hand side, we have some of the geometry we want to mirror to our right-hand side. Once it's mirrored over to the right-hand side using the line in the middle, we're going to go ahead and draw some connecting lines to close the profile. We'll accomplish this by going up to the very top here, going to the pattern panel and clicking on the mirror tool. In the mirror tool, we're going to go ahead and select our geometry on the left. And once we have that selected, we'll then push down the mirror line button and select that mirror line that we recognized a little bit earlier. Once we have that selected, we can go ahead and click Apply. And once you do, you'll notice a bunch of symmetry constraint symbols show up on your sketch, indicating that all those lines have a symmetry constraint applied. These constraints basically hold the left side and the right side symmetrical according to that middle symmetry line. In other words, whatever happens on the left-hand side in terms of that geometry that we mirrored over happens on the right-hand side. Now with that said, let's go ahead and launch the line command. And we're going to go ahead and draw a line from this top left point over to the right hand point, and then we'll continue drawing a line to connect the bottom edge. This time, however, we're going to go to the Format panel and go ahead and click on the Centerline option. Now we'll go ahead and join the bottom right corner over to the bottom left corner, and that will close off our profile. We'll now go ahead and finish the part off by launching the Dimensional Constraint tool and dimensioning this top edge to 35 even. And we're basically done with our sketch. Let's go ahead and choose the Finish Sketch button. Once we're out of the sketch environment, we can go ahead and launch the Revolve tool. And we can go ahead and drag on the arrow. It already found our profile, but we could go ahead and drag on the arrow and revolve it maybe at a certain angle, or we can choose the full option to create our roller. Once we have the full option selected, we can go ahead and click OK. Our roller is now complete. To summarize what we did, we basically had a sketch that was already complete, but somebody took the time to draw that geometry out and constrain it the way they wanted it. They also took some time to draw a line of symmetry. At that point, we went ahead and launched the mirror command within the sketch environment to pick our left side geometry and then specify that mirror line and mirror it over to the other side. Once it was there, we could draw all the connecting lines to connect the left-hand side to the right-hand side. It's important to note, too, that constraints were added so that symmetry will always exist between the left-hand side geometry and the right-hand side geometry. We were then able to use that geometry in the Revolve feature. Now, since our exercise is complete, let's go to the File tab and choose the Save As option. In the Save As dialog box, let's go ahead and call this My Roller IPT. And click Save. We can now close our file.